myself. I asked about it too.
Do you think you were born with a better memory than most people?
I'd say that I'm able to remember and recall images for a much longer period of time than most people. But I also drew so much. I probably drew way more than people think I have. I never cared for academics, so while I was attending school, I'll be drawing from first period to the very last.
Most people assume he has a photographic memory. But when I asked him about it, he said he doesn't. Of course, some part of it is a talent he was born with, but we can't overlook how much that talent was developed.
Are you tired of everybody asking you about your amazing memory?
Yes, I wish they stopped asking me about that. Or about my brush pen. That my drawings are misogynistic. And I've had people ask me why I draw genitalia. Well, I draw them because they're there. And when I was younger, I found erotic content very fun and interesting. Not to say that they don't interest me anymore. I still have a lot of naughty thoughts inside of me. I just have more people around me that keep me under control. My managers, my co-representative Kim Jung Gi, my disciples and such. They tell me, stop drawing stuff like that. I used to draw whatever I wanted back when I wasn't famous, almost like thought vomiting. But since I now have a reputation to keep, I have limitations. That makes me a little sad.
That makes me a of his naughty works.
What does your wife think of it?
She asks me, how old do you think you are to have so much naughty energy? Just think about it, you're the father of 2 children. Before I joined the military, I heard that people, mostly those of a higher rank than you, would ask you to draw all sorts of drawings if they knew that you were an art student. Like their girlfriends or their families. So I pretended to draw badly on purpose. And they didn't really ask me too many favors. I really dislike these types of commissioned works. I don't even draw my own family, so why should I have to draw someone else's? I would draw in my head a lot. For example, when I was inside a military aircraft, waiting to parachute down, I would observe the internal structure of the aircraft and draw it in my mind. Of course, it was a little scary, but my interests overrode any fear. I would keenly observe the gears and the guns and try to touch them and feel them if I could.
It seems like there's 2 major things he does that makes him him. He's always observing. He's always focusing on how things look and saving that into his visual library.
What traits do you have that make you a great artist?
First of all, observation skill.
See? Told you.
In Korea, there's a public bathhouse, so let's say if I want to draw humans, then it's an easy access. Instead of drawing in a sketchbook, I would just sit there inside of a hot tub and I'll just watch how people scrub their back. Yeah, then it would just be a study. People used to look at me in the public bathhouses like, what are you doing here?
Anatomy. After you learn how to draw a lion, drawing a tiger becomes easier. It's just a matter of studying them enough to figure out the differences.
So once you start to understand the content, you can manipulate them, or you can change them however you want, and even merge them with mechanical elements or human to an animal. It really just, it's an application, and that's how you can be more free when you draw, to deliver your ideas.
He said he drew this helmet based on a helmet he saw at an exhibition in New York. The aviator goggles are from the Air and Space Museum in San Diego. But he's not drawing the exact helmet and goggles he saw. He's adjusting them and combining them with other helmets and goggles he's seen in his life.
How I work is not to deliver one-to-one accurate photo image to you guys. It's more about using visual communication to make you believe what you see is correct.
The other thing, the second thing that makes him him, is of course, he draws a lot. He reinforces things in his visual library by drawing them.
I don't want to draw so much for the purpose of showing other people, but rather for my own sake.
He even draws during our interview. Drawing is breathing.
Thank you everyone for watching the last 3 hours.
This is Kim Jung Gi. You've probably heard of him. He draws a lot. Everybody should be amazed by how much he draws. Even me. Especially me. I should draw more.